And we'll start, and I'll read off the names. We have on the blue slip, Howard Gear, Francine Maxwell, Donald Gay, or Guy, and Kendra Cole. And we have how many people? We've got 30 minutes, probably we have less than 10? One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 minutes each. And if I called your name, I will call more names. I'll call them again. Is Howard Gear here? Not here. Francine Maxwell was? What? She made her point earlier. Donald.
She's here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Maxine.
There you are.
How could I miss you? Voila. That's okay.
Cheryl, we're finna start over. Francine Maxwell, I would like to make a formal request to the board trustees to put on the agenda so that we can have a discussion, term limits, voting by area, not citywide. And if you win 2/3 in the primary election, you wouldn't have to run in the general election. Our general counsel from San Diego Unified and our current president of the board trustees went down to city council and had a wonderful conversation. And it was said, because I replayed the tape, that we would have a discussion here at San Diego Unified if someone asked. And so I am making that formal request. Feel free to tell me if I need to do it in writing to the general counsel, but someone told me as long as I do it publicly, I make this formal request that the board trustee put on their agenda so that we can discuss term limits, voting by area, not citywide, and if you win 2/3 in the primary election, you wouldn't have to run in the general election. Thank you for your consideration.
Donald is next.
So 3 years ago, John Lee Evans and Barrera and the rest of the bunch found a poser superintendent named Cindy Martin. She didn't have a clue about how to lead a district this large, and she continues to be clueless now. Even the students have pegged her as a liar. The people she's supposed to serve see her as a manipulator and a liar. I watched Jose Soto be appointed as an interim principal. And this school board, John Lee Evans has been here a long time and he should know better, made him an interim. A Latino man made an interim. I looked at John Ross's credentials. He left Lincoln, went to Mira Mesa, had 2 years as a vice principal, and he was appointed as principal at Lincoln out of desperation. She didn't have a clue or a plan of what to do, so he was appointed. I looked at all the people that were appointed, and Mr. Soto, Dr. Soto, has more experience and more education than the other people that were made principals. So why would Martin make him an interim principal? John Lee Evans, you should hang your head in shame that you would allow that to happen, because you're the senior board member and you were responsible for putting her here. You need to go back and look at what you've done to Dr. Soto, because what you did was wrong. Look at her again and ask her, why would she make him an interim and nobody else met the qualifications that he has? And she'll say, oh, but I don't think he has the experience. Let's not talk about high school experience here, folks, because she doesn't have any. So I can't speak anymore, that's it. We'll have more to say about that subject and I'll be back.
Thank you. Lorraine Burley. You have 2 minutes.
Good afternoon, folks. My name is Lorraine Burley, and my contact information is on file. I'm here as a voice of Scripps Ranch, and I want to let you all know that Scripps Ranch is attending a Community Voices for Education Town Hall meeting this Thursday, June 8th at 6:30 p.m. at the Mira Mesa Senior Center. Scripps Ranch is attending because we don't feel our voices are being heard by the district. Our community of professionals, business people, educators, and parents have been ready with viable solutions to the education issues, and yet we continue to be ignored. We are pleased to have Community Voices of Education put together this town hall meeting so that citizens can finally have a voice about the problems facing the public education and the problem with the district proposed 4-story apartment project that desecrates the surrounding Scripps Ranch neighborhood. I encourage and invite all members of the public, district stakeholders, teachers, staff, and taxpayers to attend this town hall meeting on Thursday evening. Our children's future depends on this town hall meeting for a rock-solid public education. You can find more information about this event on Facebook by searching for Community Voices for Education, CVE. So please remember the town hall meeting this Thursday, June 8th at 6:30 p.m. at the Mira Mesa Senior Center. Thank you.
Did Kendra Cole speak yet? Okay, Kendra Cole.
Hello, my name is Kendra Cole. I'm a parent of a 3rd grader at Curie Elementary and a 6th grader at Stanley Middle School. Thank you for the opportunity to let me speak to you today. I'm here because I'm concerned about the abolishment of the instrumental musical program at Curie Elementary and other schools in our cluster and its impact on our children. My daughter's in the 4th grade, Susanna. She was introduced to the flute and still plays the flute in the 4th grade. Right now she's at Stanley, and she currently plays for Mr. Marcus, who has this phenomenal music program. They won statewide. So he created and nurtured this award-winning program. Stanley Middle School is the school to be in statewide competitions. This year, they brought home many awards, including 1st place and the Esprit de Corps award. It doesn't get much better than that. You should see the amount of trophies that he has lining his classroom. It's really awe-inspiring. Susanna's in advanced math, and she receives all A's and E's the entire year, and she received the highest honors award. I look around the honors ceremony yesterday, and a substantial subset of these children are music, orchestra, or band. I don't believe that is a coincidence. My son is looking forward to taking up an instrument next year when he's in 4th grade, and they gave the music teacher the pink slips this year. And we are told that we may not have a program next year. Without an elementary school music program, the Stanley Middle School program will be severely and negatively impacted. They are the feeder schools, and in turn, it will devastate the music school program that we have at UC High. If the idea is to have parents pay for these programs instead of being funded by the school, many and most will not be able to afford it. It would create a huge disadvantage for those without the means. We'll be missing an opportunity to provide an invaluable learning program and enrichment environment for our kids. And many studies show that there is a linkage between quality music program and an increase in testing scores. So please reinstate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Did Donald Guy speak? Okay. Maria de la Torre. You have 2 minutes.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Thank you for your time. My name is Maria de la Tova. I am here for John Muir. I've been a part of John Muir for the last 15 years as a volunteer or parent, part of the governance team meetings, part of the board. My daughter went to John Muir from K through 12, 2nd year at San Marcos State. I have a son there who's going into the 2nd grade. 7 months ago, we were told that Muir would be removed. It would no longer be a school, no longer would be K through 12. Only Dr. Martel has been the only one that's been interested in coming to meet with us. Language Academy was just told this news about a month ago, and they already got the word that their school will not be touched. We hope that John Muir continues to be a K through 12 school, if not K through 8th. This school brings support, safe environment for the kids. It's small, it's caring, all the families communicate with each other. It's a very good school. They have a great archery team. They've won many state awards. They have a great running group, a great IEP group. I hope that someone else other than Dr. Martell shows interest in meeting with us and speaking to us to answer why it is that John Muir is going to be removed. The numbers are there. They might be a little bit low, but we've been working for the last 10 years to keep the numbers are as they have been. But the district hasn't been working with us. So if the district worked with us, this would be one of the most successful schools. I believe that it would be a very big failure in the district's part to close John Muir. Thank you.
Megan Hansen. Brett Kaslavka.
Good afternoon, Superintendent Martin, honored staff of the San Diego Unified School District. Thank you for allowing me to speak. My name is Brett Kozlofka, and I'm here to talk to you about, introduce myself as a community member of San Diego Unified School District and invite you all, as Lorraine had spoken earlier, to the town hall meeting we're having Thursday night, June 8th at 6:30 p.m. at the Mira Mesa Senior Center. It's sponsored by a forum called Community Voices of Education. It's allowing the public voices in the community to get together to voice concerns and to raise questions for you all. It's an open forum with an agenda that they're going to have a few topics on the highest concerns for our children in our school districts. And I'm here to throw out an invitation to every member of the school board, every member here that's going to be seeing this tonight or this evening, and to let you know that the Voices, Community Voices for Education is a forum that's designed for the community, and that's it. We're opening up a forum for you to speak. And once again, as Lorraine mentioned earlier, you can find that on the Facebook of Community Voices for Education or for CVE. And it's not just an open forum where there's going to be a lot of raising your voice and jumping up and down. This is going to be an organized agenda. We're going to make sure that everybody gets a chance to ask questions, answer questions, get it out in the open, hit the hot topics that we're here to talk about on a monthly basis, and hopefully that we'll see a lot of familiar faces that we know have concerns for our kids. Each and every one of us are here on this board for our students. I think we need to treat it a little bit more of an open-based, let the ears open up, let your minds open up, throw some changes out there, see what's out there, and let us hear from you guys, the community, so our school board members have an idea of what our real concerns are, and see if there's a way that we can implement some of those changes and some of those concerns that you guys are hearing on a constant basis. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I have a slip for citizen. Is there another citizen that would like to speak other than the other citizen that spoke? Okay. Matt Jennings.
I understand very well the processes of pink slips and union things. I know how that stuff goes. But I've got to do what voices do anyway and just be heard. Mrs. Loico has been an incredible blessing to our family this year. Our youngest daughter has thrived under her care and instruction. Suffice to say, we were gut punched when we heard that she was unlikely to return. I'm keenly aware and even subject to procedural implementation of staff assignments based on seniority. However, the idea of posting Ms. Loico's job and assigning a replacement before she's been officially laid off or reclassified to another spot in the district is not only counterproductive, it's irresponsible, and if I'm speaking from my heart, it's disrespectful to so many people. Schools are like sensitive ecosystems. Students and families with unique needs and instructional teams who adapt, nourish, and help the students learn and grow. And when this happens in one classroom, it's good. When it happens in a few classrooms, it's great. Sometimes there's a teacher whose sudden removal would indelibly and negatively impact the culture of the entire school. Just to get to it, in roughly 1 week, our daughter will be out of her class, done with kindergarten, onto first grade. She's in such better shape, but the thing that sticks with me most is this, that we have no other younger children. We're not going to have another kindergartner. I still can't let go of the idea that she's not going to be there at this school. And this is all red tape stuff, and it's avoidable, and it makes no sense. Like I said, I get it. I'm a teacher. I'm part of these same things, but my heart is breaking at the idea that somebody is being told that they're not going to be back at a school when there are definitely ways that can happen. The end.
Lance Wren.
Good afternoon. I'm Lance Wren, President of OSS Chapter 724 for CSEA. We have proposed 14 furlough days for our chapter, but the district said it is too late to do furloughs for our members. The district gives a lot of reasons why we cannot do furloughs, but I have 103 reasons why we should find a way to do it. 103 employees who work for you and their families. They are counting on us to put aside our disagreements and save their jobs. But the superintendent has said the train has left the station. With the layoffs from May 11th, 6,500 children will lose their bus ride to school. When will the parents of those children be without a bus ride to school be notified? I hope it is not the day before school starts, because that is really too late. We have 20 to 30-year workers in maintenance whose jobs have been eliminated. Some will bump back to their old positions they held 10, 20, 30 years ago. One skilled trades worker, who was hired, by the way, the same week that I was in 1979, has held this position for 35 years. He will become a night custodian after this reduction in maintenance. We have planner, estimator, inspectors positions being eliminated that will have to stop planning work that desperately needs to be done to get the lead out of our students' water. The district is saying it's too late, and we say it is never too late to save one member and their family from losing their livelihood, from not knowing where their next check or meal will come from. We can figure out a way to do this, but not if the district does not want to save these 103 families from losing their jobs. It is never too late to do the right thing. Please, we urge you. Thank you.
Paul Vallon.
Good evening, School Board, Superintendent Martin. My name is Paul Vallon. I'm the Labor Relations Representative from CSEA assigned to the OSS chapter. I'm just going to really echo what Lance spoke about in terms of the impact it's going to have on our chapter and our membership. I spoke briefly to Superintendent Martin yesterday at our monthly meeting about OSS has offered solutions to rescind these layoffs that are pending. You have to understand the impact it's going to have on families, their lives, the students. Classified cuts hurt students. I'm a parent of students here in this district. I know the conditions of the school sites that I visit on a daily basis as the labor rep. So what we're asking you to do is give direction to Superintendent Martin and her negotiations team to work to find solutions that will minimize the impact that it's going to have on our membership with the layoffs. These are people's lives that we're talking about. So that's my reason for coming up to you today. Lance mentioned, we've offered solutions, but we're being told reasons why it can't be done. We should be working on reasons why it can be done. So that's my my message to you this evening. Thank you.
Leticia Munguia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Leticia Munguia, CSEA Field Director with the San Diego Field Office, overseeing operations for the California school employees here in San Diego and Imperial County. I'm also an alumni of San Diego Unified, and I've been very proud to say that in my travels and the work that I do. The reason I'm here with you today is to talk to you about, as a field director, I stay away from the bargaining table. I oversee the work of my staff and the membership that we represent at the table. And I had an opportunity to join your bargaining table last Friday. So I wanted to share with you. Each one of you, as different board members have shared, we have the structural budget deficit. And you brought this message very clearly to the community. And I've been here, and I've been with you on this journey of budget cuts in the past. And the one thing that I walked away from my impressions of being at the table for about 4 hours last Friday is that we have a waste of resources that are at the table representing the district. When we met to bargain on Friday, and I was there as the chief spokesperson for CSEA, there was nobody with authority in the room. And I was relayed a message that was managed by the Ed Center, but I was across the street in a cubicle, I think it's called EOS or something like that. The level of resources and compartmentalization of work that's going on at the Ed Center and as it relates to bargaining has put us in a position that's been paralyzing. I'm talking to 4 people who then relay a message to Stacy and then to the superintendent. And then it's filtered back to me, and the answer is no. The membership had a chance to do the right thing, but we're not gonna allow them. We're not gonna reward bad behavior. That's what the message has been. And I have to step back and say to all of you, when the district claimed that it had a structural budget deficit of $125 million, you wanted $10.4 million from this OSS unit. And now, all of a sudden, you're not interested in $10.4 million from the unit for the next 2 years. What is the lesson being taught? What message are you really sending to the public about budget resources and the shortage that you assert that you have? So I ask you to reconsider and provide some direction to Superintendent Martin and the team. We're going back to the table this Thursday, and it is with great hope that I ask that you provide some serious direction and maybe look at restructuring how operations is happening at the bargaining table. I've been here 10 years, and I know when it works, and I see when it's paralyzed, and that's what I see today. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you. All right, I would like to call this meeting to order and establish a quorum with everybody present except Trustee President Barrera. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries 4-0. On to item E1, Ingenuity Charter School, revisions to the charter to add additional site and apply for alternate schools accountability model, or ASAM, designation for the California Department of Education.
Thank you, Vice President Beiser. Deidre will present this item, which is to grant the charter revision for Ingenuity Charter School, the revision to their charter.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Item E1 is an action item to revise the charter for Ingenuity to add an additional site and apply for the ASAM model. Staff is recommending that the board grant the revisions. The new resource center would be located at 8300 Paradise Valley Road, Suite 104. It will join 3 other Ingenuity sites, one at Skyline Drive, one at Euclid Avenue, and one at El Cajon Boulevard. The proposed Paradise Valley site would be their 4th resource center. Ingenuity plans to operate a maximum of 5 resource centers. We've included the school's most recent enrollment and academic data, also the current board roster for the board that oversees O'Farrell Charter Schools and Ingenuity. So that's the location piece. The other portion of the revision is the ASAM model. So California's Public School Accountability Act requires that all schools be held accountable under systems developed by the CDE. The CDE designates schools as ASAM if they meet certain established criteria, and charter schools, if they serve at least 70% of the student enrollment is comprised of high-risk groups, they can apply for the ASAM designation through the state. We've included the designated groups and the percentages that have been verified via the school. So we are, again, staff is recommending that the board grant the revisions to the charter. We also note that while this is an amendment to their charter, the school will come back as part of its renewal and receive a full academic review as part of that process.
Thank you. Is there a motion? We have a motion to approve staff recommendation and a second. Any board comments or questions? Dr. McQuarrie?
So it's my understanding this is not a new program. It's
Correct.
just an additional site.
Correct.
And is there, could you clarify the governance structure and the relationship between O'Farrell and Ingenuity?
Yes, so it is a one board. The roster is on the second page. It's currently a 7-member board that oversees the O'Farrell Charter Schools and Ingenuity. So it's single board overseeing both schools, all sites.
And I read this, but just to clarify, that the rule for the operation of this ASAM designation is that 70% fall into that particular category. So I'm assuming that means that when they're admitting new students, if they don't fall in that category, that it could be limited.
Correct.
Because if they can't go above 30% on the ones that don't fit into that category.
Correct. So a minimum of 70% of the student enrollment must be considered in one of these high-risk groups. There is some pending work going on at the state level that may require schools with an ASAM designation to come back about every 3 years to basically recheck and recertify their data. That is not in effect yet. It's one of the pieces that they're currently looking at, possibly for 2018 implementation.
And that figure, is that for all of the resource?
It's for all of
centers combined,
Ingenuity.
Not each location.
Correct. It's a combined because they are one school operating multiple sites.
Okay, Dr. Whitehurst-Payne?
And again, this goes to my comment about the students, the boutique, the students who are not being served. So we've got to address those kids. I mean, they're part of the total fabric of society. So, call for the question.
Any other board member comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor of the motion to approve staff recommendation, please raise your hand. Opposed? All right, motion carries 4-0. We have a public speaker, Dwayne Harvey. You have 2 minutes.
Yeah, how you doing? My name is Dwayne Harvey. I'm here again representing the PTO, Lincoln High School. I'm here to remind you that the decision that was made in regards to making Soto an interim is not acceptable. And we're asking you guys to do what you guys should be doing for our school and our community. Mr. Soto should be immediately put in as principal and not interim. I was speaking to our representative at the last meeting, and she seemed to think that interim really didn't have that much of a meaning, that he was principal and he's principal. And if that be the case, then he should have been named as principal. And so my thing is, and our thing is that we're not accepting anything less than him becoming principal right now. And as we said, and I know It's not represented here right now because you guys moved the venue, but like we said, we're gonna come in and protest until you guys do what you guys are hired to do, and that is to represent us properly. And that's what we're not getting, is proper representation. And speaking to our representative, we expect you guys are hired, elected, not to do what you want to do, but to do what we ask you guys to do. And what we're asking is for Mr. Soto to be the principal of our school. And what you need to understand is that, think about it, if that's what we're asking for, the community is asking for, the children are asking for, teachers are asking for, then we can't help but work with that individual. You put somebody else in there, it's gonna end up working against us. So we need you guys to do what you're supposed to do. Simple as that.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey. I really want to personally say thank you to Mr. Harvey for communicating in a civil and respectful manner. I believe that giving everybody the opportunity to exercise their First Amendment rights and to be heard is important, and I think it's done in a very effective way when you're in the way that we just observed with Mr. Harvey. Thank you very much for communicating. And with that, this board meeting is adjourned.